Hi. Hello. This world is really
Hello.
bright, so turn off the bloom.
Oh,
It's
I
over
like the
here.
bloom though.
No, it looks better without the bloom. Just click. It's a little
Ah.
too bright.
Oh, it is nice. This actually be some place I actually would like to.
Yeah, nature has reclaimed this whole place. It's nice. Next, come here.
So is not been she's been having stresses from especially from like the other night. Uh,
So we can start from there and then walk and sit inside here.
yeah, we could. Yeah. Wah!
Bing bong, bing bong.
I love what Jim did yesterday, and you'll find out because he did this during the fight, and I was like, Shim.
Ah, I mean, I had DM listening on the whole time, so I probably
Mm.
heard.
Yeah.
So we start from here.
Mm. They're just out actually on a walk because she's like, I need to step away from the cathedral for this. And also yesterday she did get some helpful advice for the issue she's been dealing with by Sig of all people. So she's gonna be like,
Hmm.
he's got some advice for the problem. I'm still gonna talk to both of them. Okay, I is ready. Actually, let me grab water because oh my voice being Eva for that entire time.
Yeah, go and get your drinky. Do I have any? Hold on, I can't. Oh, I turned off my lights. I was like, why is it dark?
Why is it dark? Oh, that's why. I turned off my lights.
It was getting too hot. I was playing Until You Fall earlier before I started streaming. My arms are hurting,
Ah.
and I had my lights on, and I got sweaty, and I was just like, all right. So I figured I was like, you know what, PL start. I'm just gonna go take a shower, grab something to drink, grab a snack, then start stream.
Yeah.
I was like, my arms hurt.
Mhm.
Back right now. Yeah,
Wait.
I got enough charge.
Yeah, I have enough charge. I probably might grab my trackers and just plug them in right now. Just use my track strips. Because I haven't used them all the entire time.
Could. My track straps are fine. My controllers are at 35, so I'll just plug
Do
one
it.
in. Doesn't matter.
Do it as long as you can work.
Yeah, I'll just switch to my other hand. A few minutes. There.
There you go. I am ready.
Then I have.
I'm all ready.
Zeke had some questions for Ethereal today, so he might actually ask Saya some same questions that he just asked Ethereal at
Ooh.
PL. So we'll
Interesting.
say maybe an hour, 2 hours passed since he got back from PL.
Yeah, she might have texted him saying, "Hey, student to teacher, I need to talk."
And at my point, drops GPS coordinates. Be like, meet me here. It's my usual place if I need to get away without being somewhere dangerous.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
Because there's a nice farm over these hills.
Yeah.
It's a nice lady, and she makes pumpkin pie, even though it's never in season.
Oh no,
She's really
pumpkin pie
sweet.
anytime.
It's yeah. She makes pumpkin pies and sandwiches when Zeke stops by, and it's not at all based off of my aunt who lives down the street. Anyways,
That's amazing. All right, are
doesn't
you
even
ready?
matter what month it is. Pumpkin pie is being made.
Mm.
Pumpkin pie cheesecake. She made one of those. Oh, so good.
Ooh, stop.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Did you crash? There you are. Oh, okay. I was like, you stuck there for a second there.
No. Motherfuck.
You good?
Yep, I'm good.
You good?
Should be.
Okay. You don't need to start off with a certain color. You good?
Nope, we're good.
Okay. Then 3, 2, 1. Cards up.
You said meet you out in the middle of nowhere. You were not kidding.
I know a lot of nowhere places. It helps when the earth is guiding you where it wants you to go. You accidentally end up a lot of places that, well, I say accidentally, it's more like you're led a lot of places that not many people remember.
I mean, I think it's why I walk in the forest way too much. It's letting the wilderness explore with you. You see things you don't really see often. Very old train station.
A lot of progress was abandoned for future technology. And when that happens, nature tends to reclaim what it wants. Something
Again.
about nature really doesn't ever ask permission. It just grows.
Sorry for pulling
It's
you
nice.
away for this. It was because of yesterday. Is why I wanted to talk. Maybe give my rundown.
I assume so. We had lots of talks were had.
I'll say Dylan proved her own.
That she did. I was very surprised.
Though, I feel bad that she's leaving. But I think maybe it's for the best. We all have a path we sometimes need to walk, and sometimes leaving the agency lets you find it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm technically not 100% tied to the agency. I just work for them, so if I ever wanted to leave, I could. Not that I will.
Same here.
There's a lot of things. A lot of things that I owe Cyprus.
And they are probably personal things. Maybe.
For the most part.
She's helped you guys have a home. I'd say we all owe Hyper something. She lets us stay there. Okay. Should I start from when we entered into there? When we got in there?
That'd probably be the best. Let's always start at the beginning, shall we?
Okay. We get in there. Elila looked different. Everyone else seemed the same, though. Which was something shocking. And...
well, she was the one who cast the spell, so...
and she did say visualize what you wanted to look like. What tools you needed.
And Dylan knows what most of you look like, so... that probably factored into things.
Yeah. We got in there, he was active, definitely active. When we all came out, she said that I think she might have been enhancing him, so he might have gotten stronger through her a little bit. And maybe over the time he was getting stronger and building, keeping his strength.
Didn't help if Dylan believed he was getting stronger.
It didn't help also that she was going through a lot of mental stuff. That came into play a lot while we were in there.
I mean, as it would, it's pretty much what he was trying to do the whole time. Just manipulation of lies. Deceit, making her believe certain angles and things were actually happening when they weren't.
at one point when we were fighting him,
Mhm.
Dylan started to back up from a part of. We were like walking on water or reflective glass almost. It was beautiful, yet I think I knew the danger that we were stepping into, both Dylan and his turf. And he was ready and expecting us. He'd ambushed us a lot of the time. Tried to attack us when we turned our backs for like 1 second. And at one point, apparently, Dylan seemed like she was slipping. She started seeing me as an enemy instead of a friend trying to help her. It might have been him messing with her head or what, but she started attacking me and Percy, and we had to. Percy kind of took action with bonking her and snapping her out of it. A little too hard, but that's Percy.
Well, if he was manipulative, then that would stand that he has a few spells to force people's actions. Mages who lack control of their own life usually have something like that.
It was understandable for Dylan, but at one point I heard, like, Elila shout that something's wrong with Sienna. I slightly turned for a second, and I thought I saw Sienna attacking Rochelle at one point. And that might have been him.
Magic is powerful. It can attack you in many different ways, even if you are super resilient, like somebody.
Your mentality,
In Sienna's case,
your physical can be strong, but your mentality sometimes can lack with all that goes on.
either that or the spell was strong enough to get through, even temporarily. But it probably cost him a lot to keep it controlled, especially with multiple people. I know I can calm down people with my spells, and it takes a lot of concentration to keep it running on just me and one other person. So I can only imagine controlling someone's actions or perception and trying to focus on more than one person.
Yeah, especially with... He said he wanted to take Percy's shadows. He was trying to snuff out me and Sienna. He was making threats and bold statements, but it's not like that's the first time we've heard of those, especially from him.
Yes, but he was probably really excited to finally get to act on those threats.
Yeah.
Especially if it meant hurting Dylan through you. It was probably all he could manage to do to hurt her. And she won in the end. He knew he had to weaken her somehow to get through.
I hope this doesn't have lasting effects on her. Because that's the last thing I want to see my sister go through, is more of that pain and more of her getting tired like she did.
Well, her soul will never be the same. That's for sure.
What
The
did...
small bits and...
Yeah, I was about to say, what did you see of her soul? Like, is it gone?
No, if it was gone, body's comprised of many different pieces. The mind, the soul. And the soul itself contains things we need to live. Connecting it to the weave, sometimes. Pieces of hers got a little coated in whatever magic that devil used, I would assume, since it was like
Shadows.
Percy, it's necromancy and shadows.
I think she was able to do a lot more.
Part of
than
her
what
soul is...
she was.
Part of his soul is now integrated. It was corrupted because he tried to take it. So, I guess now as a human, she'll always be marked as a little bit of a devil. A little corruption.
Can that be healed?
Now it's... the soul can't be healed like that, no. Even if I was to try to cleanse it, it would just remove those parts of her soul. It wouldn't fix it. The same way making a devil deal will always stay with you. You can ask Percy. A human who makes a deal with her will be marked forever. Which is why whenever I make little gambles with her, I never really shake on them or offer my soul. We always offer something like... Well, at least I hope Percy takes it as such. They're just playful bets between us, or demands. A human making a deal like that will always mark them. But it's not a bad thing, per se. It's more like a... you notice it. If you have the ability to look at it, you know it's been there. You know that her name was on a contract, but other than that... a little corruption that lingers, but doesn't cause distress. At least, not as bad as it was before.
What does that say about mine, then? It's... I guess, then fully tainted, I don't know. A soul attached to me that I never wanted. Never made a deal.
You're holding on to an extra vessel. You're not letting yours be absorbed. You still have yours. It may shine bright. Gives off a vibrant glow. It's still intact, but there are two sides of you.
Yeah.
You still have some infernal.
That's what always made me question why people didn't like me like that. Why similar people to you didn't like me like that. Never did anything to them. Yet, one look at my soul was just something people disgusted about.
Because they have the ability to look. They start to think too hard about what they see. They're too busy staring that they don't take the opportunity to look at the person.
Yeah. Which is something that also slightly happened while we were in there. When I was about to attack him, I heard another voice in my head. One that I know really well. I heard her saying, "Don't interfere." It was like she was pulling me back away from the danger. But I thought she was locked away. And had been quiet. I've been questioning does that mean the seal is weakening? And what's gonna happen when it does?
In your body? No. In your dream? You can probably ask to contact her. Or if you listen close enough, hear her voice. I mean, I'm going off of what Ariel sounds like when I go to sleep. They're never words, they're more like emotions. I never really have a conversation with her, per se. Unless she's talking directly to me.
That's what I heard. But it's still something I'm afraid of, is when the day comes when Stan decides, hey, I'm bored now, decides to relinquish me of that punishment. I don't know how angry that's gonna make her. And I don't know what is gonna happen to me. She and I are like two different people. And that's what I'm afraid of, is her hurting, like, anyone.
So what do you want to do with her? Because if push comes to shove, we could get rid of her.
I don't know if that would be right. She told me why she wanted out. She said she had been a prisoner down there. And she felt like I was her only way out. And she hasn't gone back on anything. She's told me the truth about that. She said that if we can keep each other alive...
But she's hot-headed.
And very angry.
Action over thought is what you're worried about. That she'll take the wheel.
She has done it many times to keep me out of danger, to keep me out of harm's way. But now that she's been locked away, I don't know how angry she'll be and how much she'll unleash. And I don't know if I can stop her.
I don't think you need to stop her. What you need to do is understand and come to an agreement. You both seem to want similar goals. You don't want her to be hurt.
Yeah.
Not more than she's apparently has been already.
When I fought her, she had chains wrapped around her, like she was like a caged animal. So whoever or whatever caged her there didn't want her leaving.
Caged to you?
No. Down in hell she was.
And when did you become... well, fused? Her caretaker?
When I was only 18. I went down there by accident. I was looking for my stepdad. He had left me a sword in the jacket, and that was it. No note. He had given me food and water, and it's like he disappeared. I'd searched for him for so long. I looked because I searched for so many people. I searched for my brother and I searched for him. I had no one else. I was looking for something that would keep me around. Don't really have much family left, so sometimes have to, I guess, do a lot to find it again.
So you gave her a place to stay.
Mhm.
Which means she doesn't have a physical form anymore.
I killed it.
Was it too damaged?
At that time, I don't think she.
Uh,
We both wanted to live. We both wanted to survive.
but you met at the wrong time. So now you feel like you owe it to yourself to help her. Because it could have been the other way.
Oh, it's just that I understand what she's gone through. I remember one time feeling chained, strapped, and was hurt for a bit. So it's like I understood her. Or at least I thought I did. Circumstance, at least. And that's one thing I also don't know is what happened when we were fully fused. I don't remember. She's never want to tell me. Last memory that
You
we got out was when Curry found us. And 2 years had passed.
How long has it been since she was sealed away? A few months?
Mm-hmm.
Around the time I became an instructor.
Yeah, actually a little before that, I think.
And in that time, I've seen you get stronger and stronger and understand yourself more and more
Now that you're in Sienna's
and
help.
be able to have... Nobody is strong on their own, I've learned. At least nobody that goes about it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have those who will help you. You have to have a platform, a foundation to stand on. You're a lot stronger than you used to be when it was sealed. So when it comes back, it will, as you know it will, you'll be ready. Doesn't sound like you're going to fight it. You're not trying to stop it, kill it, and remove it from yourself. You want it to coexist. You want to carry her with you.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that'll make me less of who I am for keeping her tied to me.
No. It will just make you who you are together. It doesn't change who Saya is.
hope it doesn't. 'Cause she and I... That's the one thing I haven't given her as a name. I always called her or she.
Mm.
Never told me her true name either. She kept that so locked away. And she's very secretive at times. She keeps a lot of who she was or what happened to herself. I'm just scared that when she does come back, I'm not sure what she might do to others while I'm talking to her. I need to have a plan to deal with her, or for someone to keep her in one place while I'm trying to talk to her. We may be in one body, but two different people fighting in the mind, I guess. Or fighting with their souls, I have no idea.
Then, why don't you have Lila help?
Would she be able to do that?
I don't see why not. You're one body, one mind. And the other, once it's out, all you have to do is be asleep to have a talk. Try to come to an understanding before things go out of control, or you'll both misrepresent what the other one wants. You need to lay out not rules, but understanding.
But I don't know when I'll see Stan again. I don't know when he'll release that.
True.
And Miss Hybris and Stan,
So
I don't think get along, so...
Well, yes. Considering everything that she does to work against infractions, but he might be evil, but he still has a code.
True.
But he does like to see fun, so
Yes.
he doesn't technically break his code if it causes a little bit of chaos.
I think the last time he was up there, he did make a deal. I love my brother, but he's an idiot when it comes to these things.
So, just be ready then.
Yeah. Can't do it in the Lotus, so I'll be safe. Can't do it if I'm up at the cathedral, because that's safe. I don't think you can do it at our house, because this place is very protected. That place has code awards on it. I don't think it stands wanting to get in there.
Possibly.
So if I'm out of a bout like this, I better be careful.
He probably doesn't even need to make contact. He just decides, does it. And if you're in a place that allows it, it'll be broken.
Yeah, when he first did it, he reached into my fucking chest and pulled it out. It was... I never want that happening again. It's like someone... It was like a really bad chill. Like someone... it's like a really bad cold and chill, and it felt like I couldn't kind of breathe almost, even though he wasn't touching my soul. It's like that tie was so strong.
Maybe she won't be angry when she comes back. Or at least Not out of malice. Maybe her anger will be out of sadness.
Maybe. And that's what I don't
She was
know.
separated again. And put somewhere. Maybe she's just scared. There are different types of anger. You said she was a demon, right?
Wrath, mainly. As far as she's
And a really strong one.
A very powerful magic user. Well, a very powerful magic caster.
You've fought a lot of people. You've dealt with a lot of creatures and ones that were sentient. You know anger has lots of forms. Wrath does not just mean baseless anger.
I think she also has some other sins tied to her. Not just that.
I mean, as they get older and progress, they gather up more and more. It may not be part of them completely, but it is an aspect of them. I'd worry more about what they were born as.
Never actually asked that. I've tried to ask, like, about who she really was. But she'd always grow...
Maybe it's time you finally realized it.
Yeah. She grew silent every time I tried to ask.
Well, if you're going to properly live and coexist, you need to know more about each other. So maybe you give something first.
How great, I get to play 20 questions with myself, or with her.
I mean, only if you want to know more. You don't have to.
Maybe compromising and trying to figure out, you know, hey, if things get worse, you have a sign, things like that. To try and tell her when to stop and when to go.
It's a possibility.
When shit gets heavy or when it doesn't. And we can figure something out.
Cover for the other one's weaknesses. If one of you can't handle it, the other one might be able to. If she can't damage something with her unholy flames, she lets you take the reins with holy.
That'd work. Make compromises like that. And she's more of a fist fighter, whereas I am a sword and magic, so getting in close quarters, she doesn't mind doing that.
Spell sword versus a demon who knows how to handle herself one-on-one.
I do remember that fight, though. It was not easy. Can only imagine how people feel when they actually fight her.
Well, you did and won. Which means you were stronger than her then, and you've only gotten better. But did you doubt it?
When I was younger, I guess you could say when I was younger, I was always compared to in strength by my brothers. It was always a comparison. Because...
As people will do, yes.
Even myself, I thought I couldn't get to anywhere the strength my brothers had. One very cunning and conniving and had his own strength and maliciousness, whereas the other was very strong physically, could take a punch with no problem, and could dish out his own damage. Me and my younger brother weren't like that. Although
You can hold your own in a sword fight. You can regenerate your wounds pretty quickly. And you can punch holes in steel with your flames.
I also regrow a leg. That's something that I can at least say takes a while, but I can do it. I can say that it's a lot. If I had it chopped off now, that'd be something I'd have to see about. I haven't
Regeneration.
Yeah, and I haven't wanted to be the tested of take off my hand or my pinky or something. That's if that's gonna happen, it's gonna be happening during fighting. No thank you. Do I want to lose a limb again and have to wait weeks to actually try and get the strength to regrow it back? Because it takes a lot out of you.
Nobody wants to find out they can do that the hard way.
It was the hard way for me. But I chose to have my leg cut off because I wouldn't have been able to fight if I didn't before I knew how to do that. And I was kind of at the time I thought I wouldn't mind having a metal leg. As long as I could still fight. Just meant I'd get it.
I mean, it works for Esso.
Yeah. And Esso is, seems like he's pretty comfortable with it, even though he lost his.
It's stressful, not knowing. But I think you're strong enough to figure it out. Even if that means you gotta grab somebody around the collar and tell them to pay attention and shape up so that you can both get out and through this together.
I mean, with her strength, I've carried 2 people when I felt like my arms were gonna give way. Got a sword through the gut and still lived.
When anger is met with understanding, a compromise can yet be made.
Maybe. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to do a lot of that, it seems. Maybe my next week I'll have to try and figure out how to compromise 2 people. They sort out a compromise between those 2. Oh, that's gonna be stressful.
Yeah, I don't do people.
You do the earth, and you...
Yeah, it's what I'm used to.
You're good at it, though.
The ground talks more than most people do, and at least it's more honest.
I do try to be as honest as I can. I try.
I get things. I understand some things. I just don't listen sometimes. I don't know. I've been thinking too much lately, and maybe not enough. I don't know. It's tough.
I spilled my guts. What's been on your mind, then?
Between trying to recover whatever damage I caused to BB and Sienna and I had a small argument that'll be resolved. At least Dylan's stuff is done and over with, so I don't have to worry about that. I kept making sure Sienna was checking up on her because I'm not very good. Well, I didn't know her well enough to keep trying.
Yeah.
And trusting Willow with my training. Which I need to talk to him about Lila, because that's next on things that I need to accomplish. Along with dealing with the devil that's been tracking me. I've just been trying to balance it all. Making sure I don't lose sight of people around me. and that includes wondering where people stand in my priorities. And it was a back and forth, but I understand. I just don't know if it's the right thing.
Are you sure with yourself? Do you feel like you're making the right choices?
I don't know. You never know you're making the right decision until you say it out loud and it sounds agreeable. But recently I'm noticing it, and that's coming from somebody who's dense. I just don't know if it's correct time or place or even person right now. But at the onsen the other day, when we were all talking, I was basically reintroducing myself to Lady Crystal, and talking with her now, I realize she's a very close, personal, flirtatious type, is what she said.
Yes, she is.
Yes, and she tried to tease me at the onsen and tap me on the nose, but I instinctively backed away from her touch. And I didn't understand in that second why it felt uncomfortable, but not her, just the act and movement. And yet I was okay if it was other people. I was okay if it was Sienna.
Good. Your maybe emotions are a bit confused about certain things.
Things just feel easier. I don't know if that's just because we've always been paired. We've trained together for so long, it just feels... Am I just, wanting to be comfortable and not wanting to step out of my own bounds, or do I push for something more?
I guess you could say coming from someone who's been very comfortable in their own relationship. And it was not an easy road for me or Sidriel either. It's kind of the comfortability is what you get used to. But there's always this more feeling. Like, you feel like You can be yourself. You can let down the walls. You can not stress too much. And sometimes, just let loose and relax. Do you feel that way with Sienna?
I feel like no matter what mistakes we make, as long as we take them on together, I could even take on an archangel if I needed to, as long as it was for her. I don't.
You could take on hell, you could take on the archangels, you could take on anything that came between each other.
Yeah, but we're knights. That was always been. That's how we were trained. Doesn't mean she feels any different. She's always been prudent. She's always been good at training, studying. She follows her code to the T, and she's always looking to improve herself as a knight. She's never really had time to think about anything else. So she doesn't. I don't think so.
And yet now you guys have a lot of time. And have you not had the chance to see her away from her duties? You didn't see the night Sienna, you saw just Sienna.
We do. We go out, grab ice cream. Went to a few cafes where they played music.
Do you feel like you can just relax with her? Do you feel like you can be vulnerable with her? To talk to her about even the stuff that you're not willing to talk about with anyone else?
I didn't used to. It just kind of happened.
I think a lot of people keep back from who they truly are sometimes because they want to not get hurt again or make someone worry and hurt themselves.
I don't know. I thought I felt that way with BB, but it was nice being needed, being helpful to somebody that was new and appreciative. And she always lets you know that's how BB is, so But it wasn't the same. I mean, she's great, but I don't know what I want. I don't know what I should do, but I need to fix what I broke first before I let myself move on.
And that's your first step.
I have to lose something to keep moving.
What is the thing you want to lose? Very, very important that you don't feel like you want to lose at all? Or is it something that you feel like you can step forward without? That's how
When I first came here,
you were looking for
I
Sienna.
thought... Yes, because I thought she would have the answers that I needed. I didn't want to solve the questions. I wanted her to solve them for me. And yes, I didn't want to lose. I don't want to lose Vera, but I have to. She's gone. And I made the promise to her, so I need to do that and see it through. I was lying to myself before, trying to make excuses. I even wanted to let it finish the job. But I have people that care about me. And if I was to let this consume me, because I felt like it was the right thing to do at the time, it would make things worse in the long run.
And you also have people that can take some of that weight you have, that you carry on your shoulders, and help you carry it. Like Sienna. And like others.
In a weird twist of fate, I'm sort of like Dylan. I need to remove that devil so I can move forward with my life.
But not alone. As you saw, I wasn't... From the day Dylan made that pact until it was broken, I wasn't gonna let her do that by herself. Because I saw how much it towed at her. And how much it hurt. And I can't see the people I care about go through that.
It started with the night, and I'll end it with the night. By my side. I already... what that devil's going to say to me. I'm prepared to hear all the horrible things, the neglect, the mistakes that I made. Because they did happen.
But we all make mistakes.
But that doesn't mean... Yeah. That doesn't mean the devil taking advantage of her wasn't the right.
No. And you're trying to help her. So you're trying to maybe fix or not make the same mistake again. And learn anything you can.
That... I can't do it again.
You won't. I believe you won't. And even if you do, which I highly doubt you're not going to.
I can't do that again, Sarah. I can't tell another lie. I promised her that I wouldn't leave her side, and I watched her die without doing so. But I lied.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't make that promise. I won't. But I will stay until I can't. So I can only hope that that's good enough.
Still, you're doing your best, like we all are.
I'm only human at the end of the day. Ariel made that painfully clear to me.
And despite what I am, I still got a part of me that's pretty human. I mean, as human as a magic caster can be.
Yeah, we're special people, you know. Doesn't change much about us. Just the fact that we can be hurt, and we will be hurt multiple times, but we don't stop.
But that hurt is our lessons, our scars, our mistakes, to tell us not to do it again. Not to have what happened happen again. And emotional wounds are harder to heal than physical. Take this from someone who's had a lot of physical scars. They heal, but emotional wounds don't. Not as easily.
Yeah, they do.
I wish they did.
It just takes time.
I wish that the emotional scars actually got better and easier.
Oh, I think we just learn to endure them.
I don't know if enduring them is the right way.
That's all you can do at times.
And sometimes they come back to haunt you in your dreams, though.
Yeah. That just means we're dwelling on it a little too much. Find something to chase. Find something to focus on. Can't worry about the what ifs. Although now I'm worried about what I'm supposed to tell Sienna.
If I was her, I'd always want the truth from someone I trust. To just be blatantly honest. That's just my advice. That's what I've always done when it came to my feelings.
But when I start to blurt out my honesty, it just becomes a jumbled mess.
Yeah. Can't say that wisdom would happen to me. Just me, could barely talk to
I guess that's what they call failing forward.
I mean...
And I guess I'll keep tripping until I eventually figure out what to tell her.
Like you said,
Yeah,
you also gotta figure out... Yeah, maybe she'll catch you. Maybe she'll see that you don't act normally when you're around her. Or you say something that she's like,
I think we're already there.
Maybe.
Unconscious. Oh no. I keep staring, trying to figure out words to say, and she keeps catching me, and I have to quickly look away, because I don't know what to say. It's never the right time. worried about Lila right now. I don't want to keep clouding her mind more than it already is.
Might not be clouding. Could be something she'd like to hear. Believe me when I say this. My experience of literally, I confessed to him when we came back from a mission of all things, and I thought I would lose him if I didn't. I thought we would have died, and we'd already been through fucking so much.
Thanks. I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah.
After I have another talk with Lady Crystal, because I need to understand a few more things. She's just so fluid about speaking that way.
She's very crafty, I'll tell you that. And as someone who kind of worked with her a lot, she is very good at what she does. Sometimes she doesn't know how to read people, too. Like, about what's wrong or, like, what's been going on. She kind of gets a feeling. She was there when I confessed, I mean. She's the one who pressured me into it.
You know, I can see why, yeah.
Yeah.
She does seem like the kind of person to be able to make somebody talk.
And believe me, I was extremely not sure about my own feelings then. I literally didn't know if this was just because he was caring about me or that it actually meant something more.
Yeah, I get that. Are you heading home or to the cathedral?
Maybe to the cathedral. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me about?
Well, that was pretty much it. You got everything you needed to off your chest? To keep training, pushing forward?
Mm-hmm. And now I need to go through all that advice that everyone's given me and try and make a compromise between two boys.
Choice.
It's not a choice, it's...
That.
It's just...
An understanding.
Yes.
Clashing ideals is what we always have and we always will.
As well as those two... I both know how they feel and why they do things sometimes. It's just they feel like they're clashing with each other, wanting to do it, and I guess they have both weird ways of protecting me. Because they both don't want to lose me. One sees me like family, another sees me as their lover and wife.
Neither are wrong, but they both need to be told that you are the one who decides your fate. And they both should honor that if they want to stay with you.
And I don't want to lose them. One of them has been more of a brother than my own brothers have. And the other has been with me since I first came up to Aegis. Has cared about me. And I trust him. I just don't want them to hate each other, and I don't want them to do something that would hurt the other.
Then that's what you need to tell them. You don't want to lose them. Come on. I got leftover ice cream.
Ooh, okay. I like that. But... Thank you. Not just as my teacher, but as my friend. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries.
We'll figure this out. We'll both figure our problems out.
Eventually.
Hopefully. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Was fell. I don't know why Shim did that, and I'm like, now I want to know, did Shim plan that all from the thing? I want him to release this so that these two can talk, but I don't think Brim's also finished the model for it, so I kind of still have to wait.
She's getting around to catching up on her work, so...
Yeah. I'm not pressing on her either, because we haven't, like, Shim hasn't said anything to me about when he's doing this, or, you know, what's going to happen. And then I see Abibis working on Mom, and I'm like, yes, good, that might mean things might be happening.
Abibis has just been going ham on every day's model commission work and restoring her old files that have been lost.
Yeah.
But I'd get with Brim first, so that way at least that part is done and ready to go.
Yeah, I need to, because I don't know when that's gonna happen, and I would probably need to talk to Shim about that too, because tell him, hey!
But definitely, I'd say model first, and then, because that's easier to do. I know we already have plans, we just need to put them in motion.
Yeah. And then
I'm thinking
IRL
first
stuff has been going on too, so...
Yeah,
and other RPs.
Yeah, he's doing that stuff. Yeah. Right now on the table is Necropolis Ashura stuff.
Ooh. Do we get to help Ashura with
That's
things?
gonna be me and Skull. Me and Skull are gonna be pushing that forward because that's been on Ashura for a while.
Nice. I want to help Big Blue with his problems. I hope I get to.
It's gonna hurt before it gets better. And it's gonna be fun. I am gonna have a blast telling that story. Skull and I are gonna have so much fun.
I might also this coming Thursday. I'm not sure if there's gonna be anything going on because I want to come into Necropolis stuff as my girl and I want to just hang out.
I need to get. Do I have? I think I'm gonna have Zuri. Well, I don't know. Depending on if I have the money for it, I might have Zuri do my commission. Cause Shan was so overworked that she needs that break, and I'm not gonna put more work on her.
Take a break. I saw her today though. It looks like she's been doing the gang stuff, so she's been kind of taking a break with that and not really working on stuff.
She's been just having fun with it. Yeah.
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 I love that.
And her AA model. Soda's gonna be working on my ninja character whenever she gets the chance to do that. I'll probably talk to her about that tomorrow. She's gonna be hosting, I already told her she can. She's gonna be hosting Aegis lobbies in her time zone. So if you're free in those days, definitely show up when she puts the pings out for those.
Yeah. I'll see if I can work my schedule out and just say, fuck it, I'm up late. I might as well.
For me, it's actually early. It's like, she'd probably host lobbies from like 10 a.m. my time to like 3 p.m. PST. That's like when the lobbies would probably be open for her.
Yeah.
Roughly.
I'm gonna try and get with Oblivion and Dagger about the talk eventually, because we want to maybe have it next week since AA stuff ain't going on. Until like the 26th.
Hello, Oblivious. What are you doing?
Hi, Oblivious. Story about us. We just had a student-teacher talk. It's fine. It's fine.
Am I gonna see a... Hello? Foot tracker? Thank you. A Lila tomorrow? I need a post, but I'm gonna post that there's gonna be a Aegis lobby tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, been here for a while. I saw your stream today, by the way. I saw Duncan. I saw the boy.
I saw that clip and I cried!
Yes, I almost cried just watching the clip. I started getting teary-eyed watching that interaction. I was like, that was so powerful.
I was
just because I know how much those characters mean to them.
I started watching that clip and I was like, honey, I can't help it. I'm gonna cry. I cried all yesterday because of the whole RP stuff that was going on. Oh dear lord.
This is why this is why when Twix makes the devil model, I'm gonna have her make a human model, like what she did for
Veneer.
Dylan's father.
Or, yeah.
So
Oh
I
my
need Vera
God.
to have a model when that fight is finished and over with.
I'm excited
I
for
bet
whenever that happens.
it's gonna hurt because I have a small poem for her to read when the fight's finished, and it's from a song.
Aw. I want to help with that. I will gladly let you get the final blow, but Sai just wants to help her teacher, because he's been helping her. She's like, alright, time to return a favor.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, words just stop working, and you just feel the emotion.
What yesterday was.
And Twix, poor Twix, that last bit I pushed her to the absolute limits, and I knew she was like, she was so out of it at the end of that.
I
like,
cried. I was
there were
crying.
plans. So I told her the plans that I had for the last bit of the fight that were possibilities. Like, there were 3 different outcomes, 3 different like ways that we could have solved this or resolved it. None of them were killing her, because it was at the point where it was resolved. Like, this was the fight.
That he wanted.
The only way she dies is if in character and out of character Twix gives up. That's the only way, is if Twix
and
gives
she
up.
Didn't. She stuck out
And
till
she
the very
didn't.
fucking end. That's the thing. That's why I says, like, I'm so proud of you. You fought very hard.
Yes, Lila tomorrow. I need to message Shim to see if he can play Willow. If not, we'll just be, training.
Training.
Maybe with Lila's new weapon. I don't know.
I don't know what's going to happen.
First thing first on Zeke's list is still Lila. We could do some type of training, maybe some spell casting or something. No, that's fine. I guess we'll just do some more talks.
Could be.
Yet. But yeah, first on his plate is Lila and helping her. Some stuff with Sienna after the Feywilds kind of got to him a bit. And BB pushing him away because she feels like she only causes problems when she gets people involved with the Fey and with her own issues.
I was actually gonna come up as Eva to you, because she has been very concerned about Ku. Like, she has not heard hide nor hair of him, and it's been months. She's been really, really, really fucked up.
I need to ask Zankyo, because
he's been remaking
if Hybris would get... Yeah, but I need to ask him if the progress report would be sent or given at all to Hybris, so that way as an officer I can read up and be like, he's fine, he's still here training.
That's why she asked Ion, and Ion gave BB's contact to her, and she's like, nah, I gotta text BB.
I gotta contact Farah and get the files for the NPC models he made for me that I got. I want to run some Federation stuff soon. Or at least hint. I want to drop the hints for it. And then I need to find somebody that can make... I don't need a lot, which is why I need to just find somebody who can do it. I need somebody who can make my space pirate.
Give us something to do!
I need my space pirate.
Give us
just need
give us
it's
Federation.
short, small, scraggly little guy with a laser pistol and like a shield bubble, kind of like over shield, and that's it.
To the cathedral, Saya's gonna look at him and go, who is this small, lost, sassy child?
I am your best friend and your worst nightmare.
No, she's gonna be like, who is this sassy lost child?
Who's this sassy lost child? I'll have you know I am 53 years old and I'm a pain in your ass.
Who's this sassy lost grandpa? I'm sorry, pardon me. Who's the sassy last
I've killed
grandpa?
less.
It's like, oh, okay. Oh my god.
Don't you turn your back on me, Lacey. I shot a man for a Klondike bar. I will shoot you in your left butt cheek and leave you there.
It's like, yeah, at least you're not biting into it, so at least you're not like that. I'll say a shot.
I ain't into whatever you're into.
Because I wanted to explain in one of her stories of her scar.
I know about the salamander bite.
Yeah, that's a lava salamander bite. That's on her ass. It's fine. So and she's never the only person I think she would ever tell that scar is Sidriel, because he's the only one who probably has seen it, like that and seen it clearly. I mean, what's good is that her hair hides most of it, so when she puts her hair up, no one sees it. Tis hidden usually.
I think what the irony, in fact, that Zeke has seen too much of. Actually, BB doesn't really count. He's seen too much of Saya, and he's seen too much of Sakoto by accident.
Yeah. I need to actually tell.
But that was only because he had to do the healing, and he was like, I need to see the wound. So he's just like, cool, pulls up shirt. Not like that.
Because I know on this one, because Coffee did it, she had her new scars, and not many people have seen it because the textures, I need to tell Brim to update. She has a scar here, scar running along her shoulder, and then one in her stomach.
Ooh, bright.
Yep. She had, those are from Zaris and the other one.
I just have the
scars. I liked that line that she said is like, not all of your own.
Come back right now. There you go.
I like that line that Saya used today, was like, not always, physical scars can heal really fast, but our emotional scars kind of stay.
Take time.
Mm-hmm.
The Sakoto thing was... Yeah, no, I was saying he's seen too much of both Saya and Sakoto. But Sakoto was he didn't see anything. It was when she was in her pajamas and just a t-shirt, because Percy teleported them into the room.
Oh, damn it, Percy! What the fuck?
And it was, well, Sakoto brain bopped everything in her room and made noise.
Oh.
She was wearing pants, but she was in sleeping gear, so she was in just a t-shirt.
And
which is not how Zeke wants to see her. He's like, I'm gonna step outside. You.
It's like, this is awkward.
You fix that, Percy. And then with Saya was the scar removal. That when she had the 2 holes in the front of her chest, right underneath, like in her abdomen. He was like, I'm here for the scar removal. Where are the wounds? I heard you got some back wounds. And it turned out to be both. And he was just like, alright, just hold your shirt up. It was just like, stops there. And it's just like, alright, I'm just gonna...
Saya
he did it once, and he's like, alright, that kind of works. Sienna will be back for all the other treatments.
I am about to slap Kirby. I was about to raid him. Motherfucker!
Speaking of...
Yeah, I was gonna see who we can raid. There's a Merlin. There's a Merlin and Shan. At least that I can see.
There's a Merlin and a Shan? I'm gonna raid me a Shan.
Alright, I'll raid a Merblin. I'll raid a Merblin.
I'm gonna send everybody to Shan. Probably doing gang stuff or ninja stuff, hard to tell.
Raid a Meeblin. Can't read his fucking name.
Wow, I gotta be her friend to raid her. Damn you, Shan. I'm gonna have talks with you after this.
Oh.
Yeah, it says it only accepts raids from friends, teammates, and other things.
That is fucked.
I guess I'm also raiding Merlin then.
Damn. Okay. Well, I
Alright,
will
we're gonna go
go.
raid Mervin.
Gonna go raid Merlin. Slap the Merlin with raids.
Alright, everybody, have a good rest of your night, and see you all tomorrow for Aegis Lobby, and then sleep.
I'm on fish.
Bye bye. Yeah, I have D&D, and then I'll be showing up late. So yeah,
that's fine.
finally D&D.
Finally, the day of reckoning has come for D&D to come in.
Right? Session 0, can we start, please? Thank you.
I miss doing D&D though. That's actually fun. Alright, bye-bye. Go tell Merlin he's a nerd.
Nice. I perfectly titled my stream today.